Hey guys, it's me, Sierra. Today, I'm going to be doing my second episode of Bilingual Bible Study, and I was thinking about it, and I think I'm going to test out doing it in French this time, English and French. See how that works, because as much as I love Russian, I am very not the best at pronouncing certain things. Just because in Russian, some of the words can be so long. Some of the words are short, some are really easy to pronounce, but then there's some really long words that makes me sound like I'm 5 years old and learning how to read. And so I was just thinking that it might be easier listening if I did something that I could actually pronounce better, which is French. And I know I haven't been as interested in French lately, probably because I started learning it when I was in middle school, and that was the first language I learned. And it's been in the back of my head, and I've been focusing on Russian, but also I thought it might be a little bit more popular. And I wasn't sure what to do, so I'm thinking of maybe just starting from the very beginning of the Bible. Like in the past, I've been able to come up with good devotionals from like random places, but for some reason lately I've been on a little bit of a block and just having a harder time, and it's totally fine. I mean, this happens to all Christians, I think. Sometimes I used to just randomly open up the Bible and things would just jump out at me. But I haven't really been, it hasn't really been like that lately. So I've been reading the Bible a little bit less, which is not good. But I think maybe in this series we can just start possibly going through the entire Bible, because I know a lot of you out there don't really read the Bible that often either, and you're wanting a Bible study type of thing. So maybe what we can do is just start from the beginning and see how far we get. Maybe and then also since this is the bilingual, I'm going to give you some vocab words in the description of this that you can practice. Now, in the last one I did, I had written down by hand so you can see it better, but it's backwards anyway, so I'm just going to read it from my bilingual Bible, which it says Holy Bible. In French, it's La Bible du Seigneur. But, so if you have a Bible, we're just going to do this. We're going to start at the very beginning, Genesis 1, verse 1. And I think I'm going to go back and forth between English and French. Also, I really hope my hair doesn't look that bad. I tried to dye my hair blue because I just felt like it, and it literally looks black. It's if you saw me in person, you would be like, oh yeah, it's blue, green, but on screen it keeps looking black, so I never thought I would have black hair, but well, here we go. I've tried all the colors, I guess. Blonde, brunette, which is my natural, now black. Yeah, I'm kind of just wanting to go back to my regular color, but sometimes you just need to do something crazy. And anyway, that's a side point. Let me know what color my hair looks to you. See, it's not black. It's just, it looks, okay, it looks really emo. I don't know. I've been going through an emo phase, which is weird because I just turned 27, and it's a second emo phase. I don't know. Not quite midlife crisis, but, quarter life crisis. Maybe not. But I really did want to do it for fun. It's been a fun experiment. It's just didn't turn out quite the way I wanted it to. And yeah. Oh, hey, Snowy. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you like my regular hair color better, or this more interesting hair color? And also, yeah, because I was just kind of bored with the brown, and I really wanted to do something new. Like, I would love to go back to blonde, but I'm terrified of bleaching my hair, because if I do that, it's going to, like, that was what caused my hair to get really damaged in the first place, is bleaching it. And so I'm terrified to do that, but I was just wanting a change, so I was like, okay, I'll do some semi-permanent dye. But anyway, yeah, so sometimes it looks good, sometimes it looks bad. Hopefully it doesn't look that bad. Also, the quality of my filming is going to be a little bit better because I finally got a phone, and I'm filming on my new phone right now. And it's definitely going to be better than the tablet. So I'm still going to use the tablet. I don't know what, I don't really know, but I think that my videos will be better quality from now on. Also, I'm sorry again that I've just kind of been rambling and haven't even started the Bible study. I'll probably put in the description that if you just want to skip ahead to the Bible study, it starts right about 7 minutes in. Okay, so all right, since this is a Bible study, I'm just going to pray for it, for us. And all right, dear Lord, thank you for you and for your word, and that you have given your word to us so that when we're feeling lost, we can always turn to you. And thank you that your word is 100% from you, and we can trust that everything that we read in the Bible is you speaking. And please just use this series of Bible study to be helpful for anyone who happens upon this video. Please send the right people to this video, and just speak to us in ways that, you know, maybe we expect, and maybe ways that we don't expect. And so yeah, I thank you, Jesus, for your love, and for you. In your name I pray, amen. Okay, so sorry if I fiddle with my hair a lot. I just tend to do that, if you don't already know. So I'm just going to start, and I'm going to read the first, let's see, I think I'm just going to start going verse by verse, if that's okay. So, chapter 1, verse 1, the beginning. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Au commencement, Dieu créait le ciel et la terre. Now the earth was formless and empty, darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Or la terre était chaotique et vide. Les ténèbres couvraient l'abîme, et l'Esprit de Dieu planait au-dessus des eaux. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Et Dieu dit alors, "Que la lumière soit." Okay, so this is really funny because et la lumière fut. So like in the French, it's like sounds so much more dramatic. In English, that was, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Period. And in the French translation, et Dieu dit alors que la lumière soit, with an exclamation point. I think that's kind of funny. The French always do it so more dramatic. And then, et la lumière fut. So, God said there was light, and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. Dieu vit que la lumière était bonne, et il sépara la lumière des ténèbres. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. Il appela la lumière jour, et les ténèbres nuit. Il y a un soir, il y a un matin. Ce fut le premier jour. So, if you're taking notes, jour means day, nuit means night. Jour is Jour, and nuit is Nuit. In French, we do not pronounce T's. There's oftentimes a T at the end of the word, and it's usually not pronounced. Il y a un soir, il y a un matin, ce fut le premier jour. It just sounds so much better in French, doesn't it? Then la première jour, the first day. Okay. Oh yeah, and then soir and matin. Soir is evening, matin is morning. Again, soir is S-O-I-R. You don't pronounce the R. Matin, M-A-T-I-N. You don't really pronounce the N. That's the thing with French, is you oftentimes don't pronounce consonants at the end of the word. Okay, now verse 6. And God said, let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water. So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it. And it was so. Oops, I read 2 verses. That's okay. Puis Dieu dit qu'il y a un entendu entre les eaux pour les séparer. Dieu fit l'entendu, il sépara les eaux qui étaient sous l'étendue des eaux qui étaient au-dessous, et ce fut ainsi. Alright, that was a lot. So, puis Dieu dit, and God said. So, dire is to say. So, Dieu dit means God said. If you were to say I said, it would be je dis. Je dis. If you were to say to you, tu dis, Dieu dit. I said, you said, God said. I think that's going to be, in each lesson, I'm going to try and have a few verbs, and like I'll put the full conjugation of the verb. So yeah. Verb number 1 for this is dire, to say. Let's see. Let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water. Qu'il y ait un entendu entre les eaux pour les séparer. So, in French, the order of the words is different, but that means, so entre les eaux, between the waters, to separate them. Pour les séparer. Between the waters, to separate them, versus in English, to separate water from water. Means the same thing, it's just written in a different order, but O, E, A, U means water. Les eaux, so le, that would be L with like an apostrophe. L apostrophe E, A, U means water. Les eaux, L-E-S, E-A-U-X is plural for the waters. So, singular, eau, plural, also eau. You just add the X at the end. You'll find that in French there is a recurring theme of unpronounced consonants at the end of words. But eventually, the more you read, the more you'll get used to it. Okay. And it was so. God called the vault sky, and there was evening, and there was morning the second day. Dieu appela cet entendu ciel. Il y a un soir, il y a un matin. Ce fut le deuxième jour. Ciel is sky. C-I-E-L. Ciel. Le ciel. That's one of my favorite words in French. I don't know why. And then le deuxième jour. Deuxième means second. Jour. Day. And oh yeah. Premier jour. First day. I didn't. Premier first. Deuxième second. Okay. So now let's see. And God said, let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear. And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Puis Dieu dit que les eaux d'au-dessus du ciel se rassembleront en un seul endroit pour que la terre ferme paraisse. Et ce fut ainsi. Dieu appela terre la terre ferme et mer la main des eaux. Dieu vit que c'était bon. Dieu vit que c'était bon. God saw that it was good. C'était bon. It's all good. And vit, Dieu vit to God saw that it was good. Dieu vit que c'était bon. If you were to say, I see, I'm pretty sure. Je vis, V-I-T, je vis, I see, tu vis, V-I-T. Dieu dit, sorry, D, V, what was D again? Said, dire, and then, pretty sure the to see is voir. Sorry, I'm losing my place. Voir. Dieu vit is God saw. And, okay, then, terre refers to earth, but here, so, terre, the word for world in French is monde, world, and then basically terre refers to like dry ground. Mer refers to sea, so sea, mer, ground, terre. Alright. Then God said, let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it according to their various kinds. And it was so. Puis Dieu dit que la terre se couvre de verdure, de l'herbe portant sa semence, et de chaque espèce d'arbre produisant du fruit, portant chacun sa semence partout sur la terre. Et ce fut ainsi. And it was so. Et ce fut ainsi. La terre, again, we have let the land produce. So de verdure, verdure, I guess that is vegetation. L'herbe portant, see? Herb means plant, so chaque espèce, various kinds, chaque espèce d'arbre réduisant des frais according to their various kinds. That has a lot of complicated vocabulary in that. So I'm just going to say fruit is fruit, l'herbe or herbe is plant. That's probably going to be the vocab for this fruit. And trees is arbre, arbre. And again, et se fait ainsi. And it was so. There was evening and there was morning the third day. Il y a... Why does this look different? Sometimes in the translations, like, it looks like they translated things differently. And it doesn't translate word for word, so it can be a little bit confusing. Or like things will be in different spots. Okay, there we go. For some reason, there's a huge gap in between verse 13 and 14 in the English, but there's no gap in the French, so that was what was confusing me. Il y a un soir, il y a un matin. C'est le troisième jour. Troisième. What do you think that is? Third. That's right. Troisième jour. Third day. Troisième jour. Anybody know the band Third Day? Imagine if they were a French band and their name was Troisième jour. I don't know. It sounds cooler in English. There's sometimes things that sound cooler in other languages and sometimes things sound cooler in English. I think Troisième jour sounds kind of third day. It's like, I don't know, maybe that's just because I'm used to the band. Anyway. Okay. Whew. Everyone good? I'm great. This is fun. Anyway, this is good Bible study and language study. I just, if you're learning a language, this is obviously not the only way to study a language. It's just like, it's good for like a reading comprehension, and I find that reading like the English and the French, like you may not know all the words in French, but you know what it says in English, so you can infer what it means if you listen to the English and then the French after, and it kind of is a way of like building up like just like knowledge in your head, and you may recognize it later. Versus it's also important to, you know, if you're really serious about learning a language, like get a workbook. What I used when I was learning French, it's called First Start French. I could show you guys at some point, but it was for kids though, so you know, if you're an adult, I mean, you could probably find any sort of French curriculum, but it's just how every day it goes through like learning vocab and nouns, verbs, verb conjugation. But this is like a way, another thing that you can do is like listen to music in other languages. I really like to do that. I like to listen to French music and Russian music. But yeah, like reading, especially because I like to read the Bible and study languages. Why not do both at the same time? Alright, let's see. How much further? I don't know if we'll get through the entire first chapter, but I will try to. God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times, and days and years, and let them be lights in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. There was evening and there was morning the fourth day. Puis Dieu dit que dans l'entendue du ciel il y ait des lumières pour distinguer le jour de la nuit et pour qu'ils marquent les saisons, les jours et les années. Que dans l'étendue du ciel, ils servent des luminaires pour illuminer la terre. Et ce fut ainsi. Dieu fit deux grands luminaires, le plus grand pour qu'il présidait au jour et le plus petit pour qu'il présidait à la nuit. Il fit aussi les étoiles. Il les plaça dans l'étendue du ciel pour illuminer la terre, pour présider au jour ainsi qu'à la nuit, et sépara la lumière des ténèbres. Dieu vit que c'était bon. Il y a un soir, il y a un matin. Ce fut le quatrième jour. Fourth day. That was a lot. So, on the fourth day, that was when God was basically setting up all the lights in the sky. It says in the Bible, let there be lights in the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times. So basically, the sun, the moon. Le petit light is the lesser night light, which was made to govern the night, and that's the moon. It doesn't say the word moon in here, but the French word for moon is lune. And then one of my favorite words is étoiles. Les étoiles. That means stars, or the stars. So on the fourth day, God made the sun, the moon, and les étoiles. And basically to separate day from night and make sure that even though it was dark at night, we still have a light, so it wasn't just pitch black, which I think that was a nice thing that he decided to do that, because if we didn't have the moon, it would just be totally dark and we could not see anything. I really thought about that before. Plus the moon is like so pretty, and the stars too. Okay, let's see. There was evening and morning of the fourth day. So we're starting to see a pattern here. Let's premier first, deuxième second, premier, deuxième, troisième, quatrième. So, first, second, third, fourth. Alright, and God said that the water teem with living creatures and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky. So God created the great creatures of the sea and every living thing with which the waters teem and that moves about in it according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth. And there was evening and there was morning the fifth day. Be fruitful and multiply. Okay, so God is finally creating animals and things, yay. Puis Dieu dit que les eaux foisonnant, that must mean to teem. Que les eaux, let the waters teem. D'une multitude d'êtres vivants et que des oiseaux volants au-dessus de la terre dans l'étendue des cieux. Oiseaux, that means birds. oiseaux volants au-dessus de la terre, birds that fly above the earth, au-dessus, above, et de l'entendue du ciel. Alors Dieu crée chaque espèce de grands animaux. Animal, what do you think that means? Animal, that's right. Animal, des grands animaux marines, marine animal, et chaque espèce d'être vivant qui se mouvant et poissonnant dans les eaux, et chaque espèce d'oiseau allait de vie que c'était bon et il les bénit en ces tempêtes. Soyez faisant, multipliez-vous, remplissez les eaux des mers et que les oiseaux aussi se multiplient sur la terre. Il y a un soir, il y a un matin, sauf le 5e jour. Le 5e jour, the 5th day. Almost done. Who can remember how many days there are in a week? That's right, there's 7. And actually, God didn't even create things on every day of the week. He took the 7th day to rest. So we only have one more day to go through. And if you think about that, it's kind of interesting that God rested. You know, like he's God, and like wow, I guess he gets tired too. You know, he needs time to recoup and and it's kind of the fact. So why wouldn't we need time to rest? You know, if God created the earth and you know he created it in 6 days, but he made us the week 7 days long. That's a whole nother thing. Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. It's not like to be like, it's meant for, the Sabbath was made for man to, so like, and of course it doesn't have to be Sunday. Like for me, like Sunday, I serve in children's ministry, so I don't really feel like that's much of a rest day, but like at least take like Saturday, or, you know, if you're in ministry, you know, a lot of pastors and stuff will take Saturdays as their rest day. And most people usually take at least 2 days. Anyway, that was a side tangent. Right. So we got to the end of the 5th day, the 5e jour. And now, God said, let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind. And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Puis Dieu dit que la terre produise chaque espèce d'être vivant, chaque espèce des bestiaux, des reptiles et d'insectes, ainsi que d'animaux sauvages. Animals sauvages. Wild animals. Wow. Sauvage. That sounds like savage. I guess they call wild animals animaux sauvages. Sounds a lot more metal in French. Et ce fut ainsi. Dieu fit chaque espèce d'animal sauvage. Il fit chaque espèce de bestiaux, chaque espèce de reptiles et d'insectes. Dieu vit que c'était bon. Okay. But this is still the 6th day. Then God said, here we go, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish, in the sea, in the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. Puis Dieu dit, faisons les hommes de sorte qu'ils soient notre image, qu'ils nous ressemblent, qu'ils dominent sur les poissons de la mer, sur les oiseaux du ciel, sur les bestioles, sur toute la terre, et sur tous les reptiles et les insectes. Dieu créé les hommes de sorte qu'ils soient son image. Oui, il les créé de sorte qu'ils soient l'image de Dieu. Il les créé homme et femme. Homme means man, femme means woman. So here we see God creates everything else, he just creates, but humans are created specifically in his image. Humans are the crown jewel, if you will, of his creation. And then God says to the humans, God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seeds in it. They will be yours for the food, and to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds in the sky, and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. God saw all that he has made, and it was very good. There was evening and there was morning, the sixth day. The sixth day. Thus the heavens and earth were completed in all their vast array. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing, so on the seventh day he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. Not really sure why that last little part that I just read is actually the beginning of Genesis chapter 2. You would think that that would be in Genesis 1, but we're gonna leave off there, even though it's like a little bit into the second chapter, and the next chapter we'll do is Adam and Eve. But let me just, I just felt like we should finish up the entire creation week in this episode. Now okay, that was verse 29. That's where I left off. Et Dieu dit, voici, je vous donne pour vous en nourrir toute plante portant sa semence partout sur la terre, et tous les arbres fruitiers portant leur semence. Je donne. Sorry, school bus just went by. I have the window open right now. Blah, 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 blah. Je donne aussi à tout animal de la terre, aux oiseaux du ciel, à tout animal qui se meut à ras de terre, et à tout être vivant, toute plante verte pour qu'il s'en nourrissement, et ce fut ainsi. Dieu considéra tout ce qu'il avait créé. C'était très bon. Il y a un soir, il y a un matin, ce fut le 6e jour. So, the 6th day. And that was the end of his creation. And then, ainsi feront achever le ciel et la terre avec toute l'armée de ce qu'ils contiennent. Thus the heavens and earth were completed in all their vast array. Le 7e jour, Dieu avait achevé tout ce qu'il avait créé. Alors, il se reposa en ce jour-là de toutes les œuvres qu'il avait accomplies. Il bénit le 7e jour. Il on fit un jour sans, car en ce jour-là, il se reposa de toute l'œuvre de création qu'il avait accomplie. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because he had rested from all the work of creating that he had done. Yes, even God needs to rest. So let's see. Are there any good vocab words from that? All right. So there we go. Septième jour, seventh day. And then je donne. That is God saying, et Dieu dit, je vous donne. I am giving you. So je donne means I give. Je vous donne means I'm giving you. Pour vous en nourrir. Essentially, he's giving plants to us to eat. Toute plante portant sa semence partout la terre et toutes les arbres fruitières portant leur semence. Every tree with fruit and seed in it. And he gave the same to the animals. Okay. Well, there we go. We got through Genesis chapter 1 plus a tiny bit of chapter 2, but I guess next time I don't know. You guys let me know if you want me to keep going through Genesis or if you want me to do something else in the next lesson. So, let's see. Recap of vocabulary. Au commencement. Au commencement means in the beginning. Dieu. Dieu is God. Dire, to say. Terre, earth. Mer, sea. Ciel, sky. Arbre, trees. Fruits, fruits. Animals. Animals sauvages, wild animals. Soir, matin. Soir, evening. Matin, morning. Then we have premier, first. Jour. Premier jour, first day. Deuxième jour, second day. Troisième jour, third day. Quatrième jour, fourth day. Excuse me. Cinquième jour, fifth day. Sixième jour, sixth day. And septième jour, seventh day. Let's see. Homme, man. Femme, woman. And yeah, okay, I think that's enough vocab. Oh, reptile, reptiles. Insect, insects. Interesting how in the French it points out reptiles and insects, but in the English it just says creatures. De bestiaux, I guess that is, bestiaux is creatures. Anyway, alright, I think that's enough vocab for this one. Yes, I will put that in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if anything, you just enjoyed a longer video to just listen to in the background. Yeah, if I will either continue along in Genesis 2 or maybe just maybe, read the first chapter in Exodus next. And then we can do the first chapter, like go through the Bible and do the first chapter in each book. I don't know. Or something else. If you guys have anything specific you want, please let me know. Okay, well, I will talk to you guys plus tard. That means later. And au revoir. À tout à l'heure. À tout à l'heure means see you later. À tout à l'heure. Bye.